Or just put it back the way it was. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. Where the... Are we not just on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, screw this. We're gonna turn that back on. It's confusing. Okay.
Because it automatically went to YouTube. It says where do you want to stream through, and then I selected on here, and it did it.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so I don't want to do this again. Now, is it going to be? How come it's not moving?
It's not in real time, so we need to mute
so I don't want to do this again.
that, and then.
How come it does that?
Because there's just a delay between it sending it and it being live on YouTube.
Well, it looks stupid.
No. We're live right now, so.
Oh, sorry. Do we have anybody on?
Comments are here.
Well, see, that's why I like it the other way. Because you can go to. No, zoom in. Oops. Zoom in. You can't just can't go to a big size right away. So now you can get.
Sweet. Nice. All right.
I wonder, that's a big delay, isn't it?
Like 10 to 15 seconds.
So how we see it, we don't look at that?
Oh, yeah. You want to go back to StreamYard.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so now,
comments
yeah, see, that's much better.
Right. We got 5 viewers.
Wow. Okay, we'll be right with everybody.
There was a lot to figure out moments before the stream started.
It started.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a couple more seconds because we were going to see if we have all those other people that said they were going to be on, right?
Oh yeah, let me get Quinn to go live.
Are they able to put anything in comments? Oh, what's the comments?
Right here. Okay. So she texted, Julia texted. Homebrewing TV. Where's the coffee pit?
Oh, hey, Homebrewing TV. Where's This is my first one, so everybody bear with me.
Oh,
okay, I have my copy right here, Homebrewing. Just so you know, it's off to the side, but. Okay, we kind of just jerry-rigged everything and all the cameras, and we have like 3 cameras, but we're using the webcam. It's a really nice webcam.
It is.
Yeah, it's a couple $100.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can tell why now.
Yeah, and we played with the lighting, so we turned off one of the lights because our faces were just getting like washed out totally. So
yeah, so completely different lighting than we had before. So just playing around with everything, an extra mic, and we're unable to get it to hook up to my new Rode microphone, which I wanted to show off to everybody, but hope this sounds okay.
And then I just noticed if someone comments, you can put it on the screen. So like if you're
okay,
good.
Robert is the
that's pretty
right.
Cool.
That is good. Clarity's good. Okay, how about sound? Sound good?
What's on the agenda today?
This is kind of like an open mic. What we're going to be talking about is being optimistic for 2021. And as of today, I'm not very optimistic. I was until today. Okay, so one more second, another minute, and we'll be live.
Quinn's here.
Hey, Quinn, how are you? Rob's working the computer, so that's good. Then I can just sit here and look pretty, right? Yeah, pretty ugly. Okay, so we're going to go live right now. Thanks everybody for joining us. This is the first of many, we hope, episodes of Coffee with Pips talk show. So Coffee with Pips is a food show, which obviously you know we look at different food items, rate restaurants, critique sandwiches, things like that. So you know what we do though. This is going to be completely different. This is a half hour every Sunday, and we're going to be talking on different topics. We're going to open it up to the audience so that you can ask questions, and the topic may spin from one topic to the next. So this is a kind of an interactive talk show. Hey, Don, how are you? Nice to see you. Well, not really, but I know you're there.
Quinn, I'm good. How are you? Oh, you already said good.
Okay, so yeah, somebody just said it's kind of like tonally sounding like we're in a can a little bit. So we're going to try to improve that
Next week.
Next week. We have like 15 different mics, like I said, and we're going to figure out which one works. So just bear with us, and we do appreciate the feedback during this broadcast so that we can get better as we move along. Okay, so we're going to get started. What I wanted to talk about for my very first show is how do you think 2021's going? And from your perspective, being younger and, this is the first time in your life you've been through anything like this, well, any of us, but from your perspective, a younger person and trying to make a living. And
yeah, I'm optimistic for 2021. 2020 was a hard year for a lot of people, most people.
Yeah, it was.
And I mean, it can only get better, right?
Right.
I mean, going to college and working, it's nice.
Don doesn't think so.
But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty optimistic.
Yeah.
How are you?
I was pretty optimistic, but the more and more you read, news and read those broadcasts, it's kind of depressing. So
Yeah.
Now I'm becoming a little pessimistic. So I'm like, well, if it's not better yet, how are we gonna just go like 10 more months and it's going to be better? So I'm most worried about the businesses that are going under and the whole landscape of our community. I mean, of our world. It's changed forever.
Right.
So it's going to be a lot different.
Definitely.
I think movie theaters are
Yeah,
going to be probably a thing of the past.
Right. I mean, you can stream anything from home now. I noticed in like 2020, everyone's internet speed got better because everyone had to do everything from home.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, why go to the theater when you could enjoy it?
Well, and that's what I say too. You don't have to
comfort of your own
spend
home.
a fortune on popcorn and
Right.
everything. Julia asks, how do we both take our coffee? Well, I take mine black. I don't even know if you drink coffee.
I drink coffee once in a while, and I gotta be honest, I don't like black coffee, but I do like coffee a little bit.
Yeah, good. I'll always be a coffee drinker.
Definitely. Outdoor theaters will hopefully make a comeback. I sure hope so. I remember when I was younger in Door County, Wisconsin, we always went to, I forgot what it's called, I think the Milky Way Drive-In.
Okay.
That was so much fun as a kid because I always saw that kind of thing in a movie, and it was fun to do.
When I was 16, I actually managed Victory Drive-In, which is the world's most beautiful outdoor theater. And for 6-packs, you could get in because I operated the place, and Carl lived for a 6-pack, so that didn't last very long. I was 16. And Jane doesn't think a lot of businesses are going to bounce back. I do agree with that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Even larger businesses, chains.
It's hard. I mean, like, you're forced to. Never before has there anything been like this. Where,
No.
Like you can't leave your house.
No. And you have restaurants that are still closed, and we don't know if they're going to reopen. There's let's say, for instance, Jose's Blue Sombrero on the corner locally in my town. They were closed for COVID, and then they had a small fire. Now they're closed forever. So what's going on here? there's small businesses that are just miraculously burning down or just not opening again. So you don't know if it's part for insurance or people are trying to find an out or resolution.
Julia's never been to a drive-in theater. We'll have to go.
Oh my God! Yeah,
it's really fun.
It's a lot of fun.
There's a new one in New Berlin.
I don't know. I know one in Franklin, but I don't know
Franklin. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I went over the summer. It was a lot of fun.
Did you?
Yeah.
So they used to have the speakers that you hooked onto the window, so now it's all on the radio, right?
Right. It's all on the radio. And also they just had like big speakers, and it was summertime, so we all had our
that's cool.
And stuff, so we could still hear it.
And it's cool. Okay, so then, like I really don't care. Chuck E. Cheese's and those types of places, jump up and down places that you go for, take your little kids to birthday parties and whatnot. Those have to be a thing of the past too,
right?
Because who's going to touch all that?
I know. Like, I'm just trying to think. Nothing is ever going to be the same after the way that we're like all afraid,
right?
Told to be afraid,
right?
And like masks, as much as a lot of people like the idea of them, and I don't know. I feel like they're here to stay.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm just claustrophobic. It's just like on my face, and if you go somewhere without a mask, you have people, calling you, it's like you're a criminal, like you just killed their family or something like that. One thing I did want to talk about too is buffets.
Yeah.
Of course, it's like, are those all gone now? I mean, I did see a commercial where there was a lady serving, had a big plexiglass, and she was serving, and it was like, come and see our buffet, but it's not the same.
No, because you're not getting as much as you want. Right. You're getting whatever they're portioning you.
Right.
I mean, I guess you could go back up,
but part of the buffet is you're kind of like getting away with something. You're just putting more on, and nobody's judging you.
Exactly.
So, what are your thoughts, audience? Do you have any ideas? What are your feelings as far as 2020 or 2021 coming back? If not, what do you think 2022? Do you think that we can sustain what we're doing now and make it? I mean, this is affecting everybody. We're being taken over by the government. It's no politics. But it seems like we're just really being more controlled. This is like
the amount of like control the government and other the government, state and local,
telling us what
you
to
can't
do.
Have people in your homes. Like that's not their business.
Right. Exactly. I think people need to be responsible for themselves. If you feel you're gonna catch something and you're really paranoid about that, stay home.
Careful.
Yeah, or be more careful.
But mandating everyone to, it's crazy.
Right.
Still almost a year later.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's almost a year later. Actually, it was a year yesterday, I believe, and coincidentally, and I can still remember walking with Julia around the block and saying what's going on, and it seems so weird, and now it's become our life. This is a regular.
We're all isolated.
This is how we're living. Exactly. So now I guess all the old people are saying are going to die, and then we're going to just going to be taken over by the young people. And no, there's a lot of conspiracy theories. Can everybody still hear me, Gene or Julia or anybody? Give me a thumbs up or.
Office now.
Office buildings are going to have cheap rent as virtual working is going to stay a big part of our world. And that's exactly a good point.
I don't necessarily see a problem with the virtual working either, because that would allow so many people to not have to pay for daycare if you're allowed to stay home, and I think that'd be great. Schools I think should not be virtual.
Right.
I mean, if your job can be.
Well, I talk with parents, and they're like going nuts with the kids. They should be more interactive. But as far as staying home, I think it's great, and businesses are saving money. They're not going to have big offices and just going to have hot seats when they have meetings. And and daycare. That's you want to grab this one?
Yeah. Trust our immune systems will work the way they were meant to. Our society is becoming too clean and our bodies have no practice at killing off germs. I agree.
Yeah, this is from Brewing TV, and that's up on the screen as well.
Yeah. Well, I was always told, like, you know, you're gonna get stronger if you get sick, and
right.
I mean, if you beat it, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But
this is a really good point. Yep, exactly. You know, our society is becoming too clean, and you know, our bodies have no practice of killing off germs. That is so true. That is so true. And what's going to happen? I mean, yeah, it's a good point. I don't even have the more I can add to that because and it's just I'm getting mad now. You know, what are we going to do?
We ate mud pies as kids.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
And real mud.
Yeah.
Well, not of course me. You know, I wouldn't get my hands dirty. But yeah, we did a lot of things, and you know, it's just very depressing.
Yeah.
But this show isn't to get you depressed. It's just
No.
to talk. What can we do as the normal citizen, the working folks, and it's not working. You know, calling your congressmen and depending on the politicians to solve everything. Actually, I blame government for, and I'm not bashing government because I work for the government, but state government especially. Because they're in charge, and I think it's how they handle the epidemic and the closures of businesses and dictated how we live our lives, and the economy going down and people killing themselves because their businesses have failed. They have no way of feeding their families.
Right.
You know, suicides at the all-time high, but you don't hear about that. I don't know. Do we even have a chance? I mean, are we just stuck?
We might be. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. But okay, so Jane has one, and I'm glad you're changing the this conversation a little to the happier side, Jane. What fun things are you looking forward to do in 2021? Well, I'll tell you. And there you go. Home brewing has it right there. And that's exactly what I was going to say. I want to see more festivals return, and that's Home Brewing TV. And we have a big monitor here, and I guess I'm looking here. I should be looking there. And people are sick and need to make the right decision to stay home. Exactly. It's their choice. They want to stay home. Or if they're sick, stay home. Exactly. Right?
Yeah,
I mean, be
that's
responsible.
all it has to be.
Right.
Like,
exactly. You know, be hacking all over and then, you know, giving people
right.
Things or disease. But yeah, it's exactly what I was going to talk about. I want to see more festivals come back. Already, Germa Fest is canceled. So, I mean, that's Summerfest, I think, put theirs off till September.
Again, which they did last year. And
right.
Also
so now what that's telling me is that they're buying time, more time, to see how things are going to go before they completely cancel. Oh, Glenn, we're going to a concert at Potawatomi in April. What kind of concert are you going to, Glenn?
That should be fun. I miss going to like concerts, and I miss having like a normal life. I mean, my first 3 years of high school were like totally fine, and then senior year was like, whoa, you have to.
Well, you got gypped on graduation, right?
I got gypped on senior ball, graduation. I mean, all the sporting events and all that.
Oh my God, Ambrosia. Okay, now I have to go too. That is like, you know what? It's like that was a big band, and they still, I still listen to their music today. Was How Much I Feel. That was a real big one. Wow, maybe we'll be going with you, Smelters. I mean, but okay, so even at that, do they say, well, we have to keep so much room, we can only sell so many tickets? But do we have little spots, stickers on the floor where we say you have to stand here, you have to stand here, you have to stand here? How do they handle that?
I haven't watched any of the like football games, but I've seen clips, and the fans are like spread out, like they're only allowed to sit with their fans.
Hey, thanks, Home Brewing. I appreciate you stopping by. Take care, man. Watch Home Brewing on I'm sorry to
No, go
interrupt.
ahead.
On YouTube, great channel, lots of brewing tips. You'll love it. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
They like allow their families to sit together, but everyone like you have to be a certain distance away from other groups at like these events, and that's probably how they're
Yeah,
gonna do it if
I
they're
I
super
don't
big on
know.
the COVID stuff.
I don't know, but I think what we're getting into is people are going completely the opposite way that the government wants us to live. Now it's like, okay, I'm sick of this. Open it all up. Open the gates. Do what we want to do. And
Mhm.
so if they want to talk about,
That's true.
yeah,
It's not on like state property,
there you go.
so they
God,
might be able to get away with.
Len, maybe you want to be on next week with me. You have some really great points. And we're right down the block. That is a real good point. It's a Indian reservation, Indian casino. So, I mean, they have their own police departments, their own governments. So, I would say,
They might be allowed to skate by without
yeah,
having any.
because they're completely themselves, right?
Right.
Self-sustaining. But now, I know that even when everybody closed for the pandemic, Potawatomi did that at their doing. They decided to close and pay their employees. Well, that didn't last very long, and so they did it. So that's what's making me think you're right, Len, because they made the choice. It wasn't the city that told them
Yeah.
they had to close.
Are they open? I mean,
They're
he's
open
going-
now, but I heard that there's not as many people, and I think every other slot machine's taped off or
Oh.
roped off. I don't know. I could be wrong. I do want to go and see it. But we go to the casinos, especially in Las Vegas, for the buffets. But I have seen there's a couple of buffets that have opened in Las Vegas, but again, I don't know. Are they using the plexiglass glass barriers? That might be where I saw it.
Yeah.
Where the server. There are places that are full every week with live music. Good. You know what? We're going to have to, let's do that next week and publish all the things that are open so people can go. I think people are regulars and they have developed herd immunity. Sorry, got the glare there. Yeah, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. And especially those business owners, they don't even know what to do anymore. They have a lot of bands that are depending on them for their livelihood.
Right.
And there was one nightclub that I seen in the beginning of all of this, and the city was ticketing them for not being closed. And you know what? No laughing. It's not. People aren't laughing at them now because they were right. And they were all laughing at them in the beginning and saying, oh, you stupid idiot, you need to close, pay attention. And now it's like, well, they said this wasn't going anywhere, and this is going to just keep going until they're out of business.
Right.
Good for them. It's Calhoun Saloon, or Saloon Calhoun. Give them a lot of credit. Great place to go.
What's your favorite item on the buffet? It depends on what kind of buffet, but like a Chinese buffet.
Oh, I love
chicken
Chinese.
and rice, and you get some crab rangoon.
Yeah, I don't like that. I like the deep fried, like the sweet sour chicken spreaded. Yeah, that's really good. And rice, of course, lots of rice. But then you're really not getting your money's worth if you really want to be technical, because the rice you're filling up on. So just the level rice.
I think local police are doing Don't Ask, Don't Tell in Wisconsin. Michigan is closing places down and some reports them.
So our local police are doing Don't Ask. That's awesome. But Michigan police is closing places down when somebody reports them. Well, as long as they're not giving them a ticket.
Yeah.
You know what, though? I just think that's how it's going to go. The law enforcement is going to go. They're part of a regular, everyday people.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Like, yeah, I wanted to say something, but I shouldn't. So,
well, as we go along, we'll get a little more, ballsy. So we'll say other things. But That's right, and they don't want to see their community go down the shitter either. So, and it already has, but we're hoping it gets better and, take it for what it is. And then Jane writes, bacon? Oh, okay, so
Bacon at the buffet.
Yeah, bacon, but Saloon Calhooner. Is it Calhoun Saloon or Saloon Calhoun? They have bacon for happy hour. They'll put out just bacon and you can eat as much as you want. I love it. Yeah, I hope they still do it.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. So now, but for long term, let's say planning purposes with your career and family, maybe as you go down the road, getting married and all these. I'm not putting you on the spot. I'm just saying, from your age, can you see anything in the future getting good enough to be able to raise a family, or do you think it's just never going to get better? Because right now, even I'm saying, now's not a good time to bring somebody into the world. Why would you subject, somebody else to go through all of this? But what do you think for the long-term goal as far as?
It has to get better, right? I mean, there's 350 million people living in this country. I mean, it's gonna.
Right.
We watched the Social Dilemma, and they need to change their name. We watched this thing called the Social Dilemma, and it's basically like talking about, social media control and everything, and we're in the age of disinformation and stuff like that. Something's got to change.
Yeah,
there's going to be enough people that are getting sick of reading news that's like intentionally put out there false, and there's got to be something.
It's true, and we only know what.
Yeah. I think. I mean, it's America. We'll get through it.
Yeah, I think once we train ourselves not to watch news, or at least decipher what's real and what's not real, it seems like the media does have a way of just telling us what they want us to know. And so then we'll take that as being truth, and they're not. And then it just keeps going like this. So to me, it seems like you're just really, they're molding us and getting us to act and react in the way that they want.
Exactly. Exactly right. I mean, from that movie also, they said fake news is 6 times more likely to spread on Twitter than actual news.
And that's exactly because it's more exciting, and it's just like
clickbait.
It's
whatever gets people's attention, they're gonna try and do more stuff like that.
Exactly.
The truth is boring.
It is.
You can't make money that way.
You're right, and that's why reporters always want to get the exclusive or spin-on stories, because that's what's going to sell news. That's what's going to sell advertising. So they want to get the most exciting, even if it's not true, news, fake news, because that's going to bring in ratings or up ratings.
One says, not anymore, no popcorn at Saloon on Calhoun.
Oh, no.
Not doing the bacon or popcorn.
Probably because,
COVID.
Yeah. But, and also, too, it costs so much money to do that. And pretty much the city and everybody's really tied their hands with making money. So I don't blame them. But that's sad, because I hope we can get back to that. You know what? That's going to be my goal, is that Calhoun Saloon is going to be able to give popcorn and bacon again. And that's what I'm going to gauge the whole economy around. If they do, then it's getting better. So, but yeah,
we definitely should go to Bacon Hour when that happens.
Definitely
on board.
I don't know anybody else who's really doing happy hours or things like that. I don't even know if they do any types of hors d'oeuvres or anything like that anymore. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, do you know? Well, at Bel Air, they used to just give you, or Bel Air Cantina, they used to just give you chips and salsa, and now you have to pay like $3 for it.
Look at that.
And they don't offer it. Like,
Look
they
at
don't
that.
offer it directly to you. You have to like ask for it.
See, and I know, and that's how a lot of places were. They would put, chips and salsa in Mexican cantinas like that, restaurants, and you wouldn't even have to ask. And now it's like you're having to pay for it. Well, obviously, it's the costs are high, and the business isn't as well, as well as it is or was. Now you have the drive up and curbside. So I see that picking up, but are we going to accept that as part of our life? Is that going to be
I know what
how
happened
we're
to
gonna
like
live?
going into a fast food restaurant and eating there.
Right.
Like that's
Hanging out with a group of people and talking and everything, but now we're going to be just continually and thinking that's how it's going to be. And that's kind of scary. We should still have curbside. That's great. If people want to just pick up, that's great. We learn something from this. But if that's going to be our life where we have to pick up curbside, even at Best Buy, now they're really encouraging curbside. I just went in Best Buy and they're like, "Can I help you?" And they're right at the door. And I'm like, "Yeah, I want to go shop." So you pretty much have to know what you're looking for. And you have to tell the guy when you go in because it's like, "I'm just here to buy a cord."
yeah,
What's that all about? It's just becoming so world is
controlling.
Yeah, exactly.
Taken over.
It really has. Any other questions from the audience? Some good ones though.
I think this has gone well.
Yeah, it really has. This is our first broadcast or our live stream, and I'm real excited about it. It's hit and miss with streaming. I have friends that do it, and sometimes they don't have anybody stream. Sometimes they'll have a lot of people and a lot of participation.
Good thing is you consistently had 7 people watching the whole time.
Yeah, and I noticed that on a lot of those it goes down to none, and it's like being us, it would be like, what did I say wrong? What am I doing? Is this not good enough? So it kind of gave us a good feel as far as what we need to do better.
Right. And some preparation we can do for next time.
Mm-hmm.
We'll learn.
Yeah, yeah. If anybody's interested in being a guest on the show, this is, like I said, off topic. This isn't about food. If you have food you want to talk about, that's fine. But it's kind of like an open mic. Come and, super cool, Dan and I want to come. Great, Haley and Dan. And you know what? I have some friends that are vegans, and Haley and Dan, if people don't know by now, they're about vegans and have some really great tips and for being vegan or eating healthy. And I definitely want to have you guys on. But now that I completely threw myself, this is just a great format to be able to tell our story. And I hope as we go along, we'll do hour shows, or we'll raise it from a half hour, and we can, if the topic's going well and people are really interacting, we'll let it go over. So we're not like tied to a time. But at 3:00 every Sunday, and then the regular Coffee with Pip show will be uploaded now on Saturdays, like I did yesterday. So Saturday you'll have the food show, and on Sunday you'll have the live feed, the live stream. So a couple minutes left. If anybody has any closing questions. A half hour, we were talking about doing this for an hour to begin with, but a half hour to think of, keep the conversation going.
It's difficult.
It is.
Sometimes. If we had like a list of stuff ahead of time that if we ran out of on the spot conversation,
right,
we could do that for next time as well.
Yeah.
Just to have some conversation starters.
Exactly. So what I wanted to have Robert on the show though is because he's younger, growing, going through his last year of college, in that place where he's entering that whole big, not to be funny about it, that adult world. Now it's like, what is it going to look like to him? How is it going to be? Are you going to be able to get a mortgage? Are you not to be, like I said, depressing, but how is it going to look? And that's really what I am looking to have more guests like you on the show, and give me your perspective, give our audience your perspective of how it's going to look in the years to come.
Definitely.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you all very, very much. Tell your friends. If you have a topic that you'd like to talk about, just let us know. Make sure to add to the comments. This is going to be posted on Coffee with Pips. This live stream will be taped, and you can watch it at a later date. Tell your friends to watch it as well. Thank you all very much, and have a great day.
Bye.